Hi friends, this year was a hard year. In the past maybe year and a half or so, I've either lost or said goodbye to a job, a relationship, my grandfather, my dog, 3 cities, and another job. And that's before we even get to everything that's happened in the news. I see a lot of people on YouTube right now are reflecting on their goals and resolutions that they set at the beginning of the year. And for me, the only one I set for myself was to heal. Not every year can be a Cardi B year, you know? Like sometimes all you can do is just weather the storm. But now at the end of the year, I don't want to just focus on how hard it was. I want to think about the parts of the year that maybe weren't awful. So here are some good things that happened to me in 2017. In January, I went on a trip to Canada by myself, and mostly what I did was just walk around in the woods all sad, but traveling alone was kind of a first way of taking care of myself, which was something that I hadn't been doing really at all. In March, I moved out of Seattle and moved back in with my parents in Wisconsin, and that was a really hard decision to make. It was really difficult to say goodbye, but I'm really grateful that I had a family to go home to and a place to rest and be supported while I worked on getting better. So in Wisconsin, I was starting to get into better habits mental health-wise. I was kind of on the mend, and then in April, I got invited to be a YouTube Creators for Change fellow. Getting the grant was amazing, working on the project was amazing, and especially getting to meet the other fellows and also talk to you guys about community organizing was really fulfilling. But getting that email in April when I was just starting to work myself out of a really dark and difficult time did so much to restore my confidence. It made me feel like I could contribute something to the world again, and it made me feel like I had something of value to say, so thanks YouTube, and to the person who nominated me, who knows who she is. That really just meant so much to me. In May, I was traveling a ton to New York and DC for job interviews. I turned 26 and I finally got the job offer that I ended up moving to New York for. My summer was full of travel. In June, I went to VidCon and felt just surrounded by friends. In July, I went to London for the Creators for Change Impact Camp and got to meet just a ton of really cool and fascinating people. And in August, I went to Nashville to see a solar eclipse. The sun slipping behind the moon for just under 2 minutes was 1,000 times more magical than I ever expected it to be. I'd camped out in a park for like hours to find a good spot to watch, so by the time the eclipse was over, I was just coated in this layer of like sweat and grime and humidity. So I think my favorite part of that day after totality was when everybody else had kind of packed up and left the park and it was totally empty, and I got in the water and swam it away. Healing, of course, is not linear. Somewhere after the high of moving to New York and starting this new job had worn off, I gave up adequate sleep and picked up crying on the train reading What Happened. So in September, I started therapy again, and that's a good thing. It's me taking care of my health. It's not always an easy thing to do, but it's good for me and it's helping. In November, I left my job and started a new one. I've been there for about a month so far, but it's been a really great switch. Now it's December, and I'd be a fool if I didn't mention the most beautiful thing that's happened to me all year, which is friendship. I have not historically been good at making or keeping close friends. Usually when I've had friends, they've been few and kind of tenuous. Like they tolerate you in groups, but they never really want to hang out with you alone. But my God, something has changed. I have some of the best, closest, deepest friendships of my life right now. And I feel so lucky that I have people all over the country that I know that at a moment's notice, I could call them at 11 p.m. and cry about my job. Or they'll just randomly text me a tweet that made them think of me. And I can do the same thing for them, and it's not gonna creep them out because they love me just as much as I love them. And only one of them is a person that I ever went to school with in any way. So if you're in school right now or you graduated and you're worried that it's impossible to make close friendships, I implore you to hold out hope, because I did not have this ever in my life before I was 25. You can find your people, and when you find them, it'll change every part of you. That's by far the best thing that happened to me in 2017. It's what I needed to heal. In the comments, I want to hear what good things happened to you in 2017, and I want you to know that for me, you were one of them. If you like this video, you can subscribe. You can find me anywhere on the internet at ItsRadishTime. If you want to help me make more videos, you can support me on Patreon. And I'm going to take next week off so that I can go home and spend the holidays with my family. But I will see you in 2018. Bye!